Is that recording started or can I proceed to?
Oh, yes, I'm making you host. Okay, you can go ahead. I started the recording. Jafar, you can start.
Okay. Okay. Hi everyone. Good morning. Okay. First of all, let me introduce myself to you. So before starting the demo, so I'm Ahmad, having 8+ years of experience in SAP. So I have worked on models called most of the cases like I worked on SAP CPI for more than 6 years, and ABAP for 1 year, like a point-to-point application and success factor for 1 more year. So I have developed the end-to-end projects on success factor integration. So during this completion of this course, right, you also can able to do that. Okay. So in this demo session, I will explain like what is SAP CPI on high level, and I will cover the practical demo on SAP CPI 10x. So this is just to see the look and feel of the SAP CPI. So I will show you like a simple fallout function in SAP CPI, and will deploy the interface and to see the execution of the interfaces on the. Okay. So now I will open my PPT and walk you through a simple demo on SAP CPI. Let me share my screen first. So, so I'm sharing my screen. Let me know once you can able to see the
Yes,
screen.
yes. We can see. Yes,
So you can see the one PPT, right?
yes, we can see.
Mhm.
We can see. Yeah.
Okay. So I will explain this one. Okay, it's open. Thank you. So these are the topics that we are going to discuss today. First of all, we will go through like what is an ERP system. So what is an SAP? So why integration is required? So what are the PAPO system and the limitations of PAPO? So why cloud became an important nowadays? So introduction to the SAP CPI and its architecture. So there is a basic comparison between the SAP CPI and PAPO that we will be discussing in this session. So once we completed this PPT, right? So there will be some practical demo that I have created that I will show directly in the tenant itself. Okay. So now we need to understand what is an ERP system. So ERP is like enterprise resource planning. So it is a software used to manage an entire company in one centralized system. So no system has to communicate manually. So with the ERP, right? So single software used to manage an entire company in a centralized system. So for an example, so every company has the HR system, finance system, sales system, procurement system, and inventory system, right? Not only these systems, there will be many systems uh, in the live, right? So without ERP, right, every department works separately. So there will be chances of data duplication may happen. So manual work increases. So report became inconsistency. Okay. So that is the reason ERP is very helpful here. It will connect everything together. So every system it will connect together. So now we'll go through what is an SAP system. So SAP is our world's largest and ERP system. So here we discuss ERP will connect entire company into one centralized system, right? Now SAP is an ERP system, so which will connect every system into in a centralized way. Okay. The full form of SAP is like a systems, applications, and products in data processing. So whenever if any person will ask, right, we should not stop until products. So we should mention in data processing as well. Okay. So SAP provides enterprise solution for these many systems. So we have HR, finance, supply chain, procurement, manufacturing, sales. So there are many other solutions as well. So these are the main things that I have kept in our PPT. So if we go through SAP modules, right? So we have many models in SAP, I would say more than 60. So these are the models which are very commonly used in any organization, I would say. Okay. So these are the models like HCM or success factors. So nowadays people are calling this model as success factors. In before we will be calling this model as HCM, human capital management. Okay. The main purpose of this success factor is to maintain the entire employee historic data on the master data of the employee. Okay. So once you join any organization, right? So you will be updating your personal mail IDs, phone numbers, so address informations. So what will be our compensation will be added by human resources that and all handled in the success factor system. Many companies use the success factor system. If they are not using this, there will be a other system called Workday. So some other companies are using different system to maintain the employee records in the systems and all. Okay. So CPI is our system, like in this course, like we will be discussing about CPI, right? So in the CPI, right, it is for the integration to integrate the two or more systems. We will be using the CPI. Okay, before CPI, we have a system called PIPO, that is an on-premise system that we will be covering in this demo. So once PIPO has completed their era, like the new era has begun with the CPI, which is completely cloud-based. So now we have ABAP for coding and all. FI for finance, material management. Like this, we have many models in SAP. Okay, these are the main and models I would say. Not only this, there are many other models in SAP. Okay. So now we need to know like why integration is required. Sorry. Okay. So generally integration means connecting two or more system to exchange the data automatically. So we cannot move the data from one system to another system manually, right? It will take huge time. So to that, so if you develop any interface, right, if you schedule it, so automatically it will fetch the data and will process the data into the target system automatically. There won't be any manual work involved. So I will explain this integration in a simple analogy. So human body analogy. You can take this as an example. Consider systems as our organs. So integration is like our nervous system. So without integration, right, system cannot communicate. Okay. So there will be a so without integration, we cannot communicate to the different systems. And all. So to communicate to the target system, right, they will be providing some keys. Some clients will provide the certificates. Some clients will ask us to create the OAuth. Some clients will provide us the username and password to connect to their systems. Okay, using these credentials and all, we can able to connect to the target system and all. So there are many types of integrations, I would say. There are file-based integrations. Generally, some corporates will maintain the files. That file has to be sent to the different system. So during this file-based integrations, like we will be using the SFTP sandal. In the SFTP, so they will be placing the files that we need to collect in our CPI. Once we some data manipulation has to be done in CPI. Once data manipulation and all completed, we will be sending the data to the respective target system, like API based. So this is the this API based integration that we are widely using in our CPI. So they will provide the APIs with some credentials to connect with that API. So using that API, we can get the data. Okay, so by writing some queries and all in CPI. So once we get the data, right, again the same procedure like message mapping, data manipulation, Groovy scripting, XSLT. So that and all we need to write in our SAP CPI tenant to send the data to the respective systems and all. Like this, there are many integrations we have that we have mentioned here. Okay.
Just one question, Ahmad here. So just go back. Go
Okay.
back to the previous skit. So this file-based, API-based, go to that
Okay.
here. At batch, this is depends on the system, other system, legacy.
Yeah. Like most of the cases, we will be using this two only, Mahesh, like a file-based or API-based.
Mm-hmm.
So for API based, right, they will be providing some URLs to us to
Mm-hmm.
connect to their system along with the credentials. So few
Mm-hmm.
companies ask us to connect to their system with the some keys. They will provide some certificate. to
Hmm.
exchange the data from their system to us.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
they will share the certificate, and few people ask us to create the OAuth authentication. So OAuth is the very major concept in SAP CPI that has to be discussed. So once we start the sessions, right, in the
Hmm.
upcoming days, that I will show like how we can create the OAuth 2.0 and all. So
Hmm.
very uh, like so nowadays the basic authentication has reduced. No, nowadays people are not encouraging to use the basic authentication, right? So basic authentication is nothing but connecting the other system with the username and password. So
Hmm.
the username and passwords can be exposed, right, to other,
Hmm. Hmm.
so other than company people. So there
Hmm.
is high chances of getting the username and password, right? Nowadays company
Hmm.
not encouraging that one.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
to overcome that one, we have the OAuth 2.0, so which will automatically generate the tokens. So it
Hmm.
will expire within some time only. Once the
Hmm.
token expire, right, we cannot able to get the data from the respective system. So the token has to be generated repeatedly. So for
Okay.
the
This. Okay.
2.0.
Yeah. Thanks. So this CPI can be useful for between SAP systems and non-SAP also, between
Yeah,
SAP,
yeah,
non-SAP as well.
they're non-SAP as well.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So we can connect to the any other systems by
Hmm.
providing some credentials. They have to provide their current credential. That's it. So
Hmm.
that also I can show you in a practical demo. So how
Okay.
connect to, so like Postman to CPay by exchanging the some keys and all. So that I have created in the demo. Like I can show that one to you.
Okay. 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 Please go ahead.
Nisar, you are comfortable, right? Like hope you are clear.
Yeah,
Clear.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Any questions, Cesar, you are having? Any questions?
No, no.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. We'll proceed for the next topic.
Yes.
Okay. So now we need to understand like what is PAPO. So before our CPA, we have a system called PAPO. So it is completely on-premise middleware platform. Okay. So it is used for system integration, message transformation, routing, enterprise connectivity. So whatever we can do in cloud, I mean CPA, that can be handled in SAP PAPO as well. So the major difference from PAPO to CPA is it's a PAPO is for on-premise systems, and CPA is for cloud. So using CPA, we can connect to the on-premise systems as well. There won't be any issues. So we need to understand the term called on-premise here. So it's very important here. Like on-premise means so installation, so install inside company data centers, customer manages servers, so customer handle upgrades and customer handle maintenance. So this has to be done manually. Okay, installation, manages, upgrades, maintenance, everything has to be done manually. Okay, whereas in cloud, right, in our CPI, if there is any patch, consider in PAPO, consider SAP has released one patch. I mean, patch in the sense here, like new upgrade to the system. So if they release any new upgrade to the PAPO system, the company can upgrade their system using that patch or not. That is their choice to upgrade it. They can if they want, they can upgrade it, otherwise they can leave as it is. Okay, whereas in cloud, right, so we don't have any option to upgrade or not. I mean, there is automatically SAP will upgrade our system. So before upgrading, right, so they will send a notification to us saying that this is the new patch. With this patch, so this is the changes that SAP has done. If there is any dependency with the your interfaces, please consider this. These are the necessary the changes that you have to do. Like that, they will send an email to the administrator. Okay, so that administrator has to send an email to us. So once we refer that email, right, we need to look our all of our interfaces. If there is any changes that we need to do, we need to complete before on time. Otherwise, so there will be some issues may happen. So 99% there won't be any issues. So the existing logic can be implemented in SAP CPA only. So basically in PFPO system, if there is any patch, right, you can update or not upgrade it. Okay. So, but in CPI, so if there is any patch, SAP will send a notification to us before 1 month. During this time, we need to check if there is any, during with this patch, if there is any harm to our system or not. If there is no harm, we can inform them like there won't be any issue with our system. We can proceed with the upgradation. Otherwise, we need to change the logic that we have developed. Okay. So this is about PA-PO system. So there are some limitations in PA-PO system. That is the reason we moved to the cloud actually. So PA-PO was excellent for its time. So but modern enterprise requirements changed. Okay. So the major key limitations I would say is heavy infrastructure company needed. Servers, installations, maintenance, patch upgrades, monitoring infrastructure. So this and all required some space and time and cost also very high to purchase all these things. Okay, that is the reason, one of the key reason I would say. The second is on-premise dependency. So nowadays the modern companies are moving to cloud, but PAPO only focused on on-premise architecture only. Okay. So these are the key limitations I would say in PIPO. That is the reason SAP also has moved to the cloud integration. So now we need to understand like why cloud became an important nowadays. So okay. So cloud became an important because it enables organization to rent the computing power and storage over the internet instead of maintaining the expensive physical data center. So if you observe in the PAPO, right? So we will be handling the physical data center in our company. Okay. Whereas in cloud, so they will maintain our data centers on top in the cloud. This shift allows the business to instantly scale resources on demand to avoid massive upfront hardware cost and accelerate global deployments on top. Okay. So now we'll move to the main topic called SAP CPI. So SAP is CPI stands for Cloud Platform Integration. So nowadays people will refer this as integration suite also. So why they are calling this CPI as integration suite? That also will show in the practical demo. Okay. So these are the main advantages that I have added in the slide. Like once you have time, you can go through this slide. So once the demo has completed, like I will share this slide to you all people so that you can refer. Okay. So basically, uh, SAP CPI stands for Cloud Platform Integration. Okay. It is a integration tool in SAP. So, so this can be a part of integration suite. Okay. We'll open this one. So now we need to understand the basic architecture of SAP CPI. So first I will show you the architecture. Now we'll come to this. Okay, this is how the architecture look like. Okay, we'll come to here. So in CPI we have two nodes. So the first node is tenant management node and second one is runtime node. See, tenant management node and runtime node. So tenant management node is your control room. So whatever we do in the tenant, that can be handled in tenant management node only. So for example, you can log in here to design the iFlows, configure the setting, deploy the changes and monitoring the messages. It is where we work. Okay. So what is tenant management node? Like our CPI URL. Once you log into the CPI, right? So there will be some palette functions to use. So that and all I will consider that as the tenant management node. So once you deploy the interface, right? So you can see here, right? Deploy the logs. So once you deploy, the runtime nodes runs. Okay. So the runtime nodes is the engine room. So once you deploy an iFlow, it runs here automatically. So messages comes in, get processed, get delivered, all without you touching anything. So once you develop the interface, right? Until you deploy the interface, you cannot fetch the data from different systems and you cannot send the data to the other systems as well. Okay. The runtime node is the node which will fetch the data from the different system and send the data to the target systems. Okay. So these are the architecture I would say. So the terms which I have used in this diagram may not be you may not know, but in the upcoming session you will be understand very clearly like what I have mentioned here and all. So what will happen in the tenant management node and what will happen in the runtime node, that will be covering in the entire session. I mean entire our CPI classes and all. So this is the basic architecture I would say. You can just go through this one. Okay, there is a small comparison between the PI pivot to CPI. So, so PI pivot is like on-premise and the CPI is for cloud. Nowadays, all are moving to the cloud, right? So we need to upgrade our knowledge as well to learn cloud integration as well. So in terms of infrastructure, it is a customer managed. So in PI pivot system, whatever the patches that they want, they can upgrade those patches only. If they don't want any patch, they can remove it. Okay, so it is controlled by, for CPI. Everything is controlled by SAP only. So these are the some comparison I have added here. So you can go through this and all. Okay. So now I will walk you as through one small practical demo. Okay. So hope you people are clear, right, with the slides and all. Any clarification you required in the slides? I think no questions on slides, but we'll log into our trial account first. So this is what we need to understand here. Okay. So first of all, we need to create a BTP account to log in. So how we can create these tenants and all, I will show you. Don't worry.
In the part of the training, we can show that, I think, right?
Yeah. Yes. So I will take uh, one email ID from the joiners. Okay. So with for that employee, like I will create the
Hmm.
trial account for CPI. So they can, so we can record this session so that it will be helpful for them to create for the this one. This is our actual CPI tenant, which I already created. So which will be expired every 30 days. Okay. So before this integration suite, okay, we need to create a BTP account. Not this one. Yeah. So this is the BTP account. Since I have already created, it is logged in here. Okay. So now I will go to the trial account. I will close this one. So in BTP, right? So we have created the trial account here. So inside the instances and subscriptions.
What I suggest is, Ahmad, if possible, okay, if you have your account already, you can go through that explaining in that the example whatever we have planned. Maybe I'm just saying that if you want to show that now how to create and all, it takes time, right? Actually, this user and all. Hello.
Hello, I can hear you, Manish.
What I'm saying is it may take time, right? So to show
Yeah,
that the create and all, what I'm suggesting is
Uh-huh.
If your account already, right, you can show the example, whatever that we are trying to show in the system
Okay.
directly with your ID, if you have that already.
So I actually documented it. So
Hmm.
so that I will. So this is the URL that we need to refer actually. So once you can see, right, this one, my document.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So
Can
once
see.
you log in, like it will ask us to select the data centers and all. So for now, I have selected US East. Once you selected and click on create an account. So this is how it will be created with this the region, global account, sub account, organization, and space and all. Okay. So you just need to click on the continue. So this is so we need to go to your trial account. So once you click on this one, right? So you need to add this subscriptions and all. So now I already added here. See the integration suite, business application studio, process integration runtime. So this will be automatically created. Okay, these three we need to create by ourselves. Okay, so we need to select the subscription as integration suite and with the plan as trial. So once you created, right, we need to go to the user sessions and all. In the user session, we will be having our user added. So for now, for that user, only sub account administrator will the role will be added. So we need to add the integration provisioner. Okay, this integration provisioner role we need to add to the our user. Okay, so once we have added, right, the integration suite, we need to enable it. Okay, so there will be a huge number of steps. So better I show to Nisar by using his mail ID center. I will show directly in the demo itself. So once you added the integration provisioner, we need to add the capabilities. So capabilities is nothing but the system we required in the BTP. So in BTP, right? So it's so in BTP only we have the integration suite. Okay, so in BTP, we have integration suite, API management, event mesh, integration advisors, everything we will be done in the BTP only. So whatever you require, that can be check mark here. There will be six options to select the boxes. Among them, SAP API management and integration suites also one of the parts. Okay. Once you select all, click on next. So it will take some time, okay, to activate all these capabilities. It will take at least 10 to 15 minutes. You need to wait for 10 to 15 minutes. Once the wait is over, right? So this screen will be appeared. So we just need to click on next, selecting such check boxes and proceed to click on next test one. Okay. So this is how it will be. So once it is completed, so these are the roles that we need to add to our user in BTP. That I will show. So I will go to security and users. So earlier, once you create the BTP account, right, you will be having the only one role called integration administration only. So after that, we need to add the integration provisional role here. So you just need to click here and assign roles. So once you click on this one, these are the roles that I haven't assigned to my user. So whatever the user that is already assigned cannot be appeared here. Yeah, so I will cancel here. Will see these are the roles that I have added. 35 roles I have added for my user. Okay. So among 35, right, INT administrator and PA administrator, whatever INTAS and PA, so which will start with that name. So please try to add all the roles that you can do. Okay. And so once you add all these roles, right? So integration suite, you can access the integration suite now. So this is how the page will be appeared. Okay. So in the integration suite only, we can create our interfaces, message mappings, Groovy scripts, XSLT mappings on top. No worries, Nisar. Like, you can so in the next session, right? You can provide your Gmail.
Okay.
I will show you the end to end, like how to create and all. So further, right, if the tenant has expired, you can create by your own. Okay, since I have already created with my user, so I don't have, so we cannot create the another one.
So we also created a before 10 days back. In
Sorry,
the fifth, I also created a
you already
Skyline
created.
one. Yes, yes.
Okay, then fine.
But in somewhere that is stopped because due to the that proper network issue, then I will leave it up.
Okay,
Then
okay,
again I have to create new ID. Then I will provide you my email.
okay, okay. If there is any issues with the I mean, accessing the integration suite, right? You
Right.
can text me like so that we can connect and solve that issue soon.
Right.
Okay.
Sure, sure.
Okay, so these are the subscriptions and instances and environments that we have created. So just because in the subscription we have the integration suite, right? Application name as an integration suite. So once I click on this one, right, our CPI will be opened. Entire business application suite is the different subscription model can be handled in BTP. To BTP and integration suite, both are different, both are not same. Some people will call our CPI as BTP CPI. Okay. So I have enabled the API management as well here. That is the reason you can able to see more tabs here. So this analyze, engage, inspect, monetize, and all that can be added in API management. So give me a minute so that I can show where we can activate the see API management active. So that is the reason you can able to see more tabs here. So if you don't want API management, you can disable this. Okay. So now we'll go to the design. So before going to the design tab, so we need to go to the integration. So in the discovery tab, so we have the subject tab called integrations. So these are the SAP developed interfaces. Okay. See, in our trial account, SAP already created some of the interfaces that we can use in our uh, in our real-time scenarios and all. So, but we require the credentials and all. Okay. So for now, I will open one interface, which is allied benefits. Okay. I will open this interface. These are the pre-packaged contents like we can use if our requirements comes up. Okay. So this is the common pre-packaged content that we are using in our projects and all. So I have majorly worked on this interface as well to get the data from the success factor and send the data to alert benefits payroll systems. Okay. So this is by using this SFTP, they are getting the data. So these are the details that we need to provide here. Okay. So right now we cannot run this interface since we don't have any credentials to connect with the SFTPs and all. Okay. Generally, this is how the interface looks like. Okay. So don't worry about this boxes and all. These are very easy to learn. Won't take much time to grab the knowledge of CPI. Okay. So we'll come back here. So we'll open another interface. See, this is how they have developed the interfaces. So if any requirement matches, right, our functional team will provide us like this is the package content that we can use. If there is any changes, right, currently we don't have an option to edit the interface since we are in trial account. So if you want to edit this, the prepackaged content, right, we need to copy it to our packages. In our package, we can able to edit the interface, but we cannot edit the interface directly here. Okay, so in the pre-packaged content, we have 773 packages. Among them, like we can use them once our requirement matches. So it's all about the integrations. So now we will develop our own packages and we'll go through small demo. Yeah, 1 minute now. So to create the package, right? Post this one. So in the design tab, we need to click on integrations and API. So once you create this one, right, click on this. So we need now we are going to create the package. So I will name this as uh, SAP CPI API. Some name I have created. This is to learn SAP CPI. Some demo, some description I have added here. So now I'm clicking on save here and I'm canceling it. Okay. So we'll come to the same here. Click on design. So this is the package that we have created. Okay. I'm double clicking on this one. See, so now we created the package. Okay. So inside the package, we need to create the artifact now. Okay. Click on edit. So these are the things that we can add here. So most of the cases we will be using the integration flow here. So I will click on this integration flow here. So this is, we are not uploading any interface to our packages. So instead that we are creating the integration flow. So now I will name it as demo 1, I would say. Okay. Endpoint generation demo 1. So this interface is to okay. So now using this interface, right? So what we are doing is, so using this postman, right? We need to connect to our CPI system. So that is what we are going to do here. So I'm not explaining any class here, like just explaining the steps, like what we exactly will do in real time. So now I'm clicking on add here. So now we have created one interface under this package. Okay. So I will open this integration flow. So one more thing in BTP, which I need to discuss here is, so since we already discussed, right, to connect to the external system to the CPI, we require the credentials. So generally it is like a username or password or certificate based authentication or both. So since we cannot, so now for time being, I am using this this basic authentication to connect the system. So here, I will cancel this. So for the process integration runtime, so I have created the CPI keys and all. These are the service keys that I have created, which will act as username and password. Okay. So for basic authentication, we will be using the username and password as the to authenticate to the different system. So the client ID act as a username and client secret will act as the password. Okay. So these two I have added here. See, this username is the client ID and password as client secret. That both I have added here. Okay. And I will show like how I have got this endpoint. Okay. Closing this one. Okay. So once you open our endpoint generation demo one interface, this is how the interface by default will be added. So it will create a one sender system and receiver system with start and end. Okay, now I'm going to edit this interface. Okay. So if you don't know this HTTP adapter, no worries. Like why we are using this HTTP adapters and all that I will show you. Now I'm using this adapter. Okay. So and in the connections, I will remove this CSRF token protected if it is checkbox, right? So once you connect from the postman, once you trigger the from postman, it won't be connect. Like that is the reason we need to disable this one. So we need to provide some address here. So I will say this as SAP CPI demo 1. Okay, any address you can provide here, which will generate our endpoint here. So nothing I have done for now. I will deploy this interface. Click on deploy and say yes. That's it. So I have duplicated the tab here. So whenever you are using the HTTPS, right, using this address as something, whatever you want, you can add that one here. So one endpoint will be generated. So generally these endpoints will share to the respective team members. So under monitor tab, integration and APIs, we have these many. So all artifacts like, so whatever the interface that ran past hour that we can view here. So all interfaces that we deployed here that can be viewed here. I will open this interface. See, this is the interface that we have deployed now. And under this package, okay, this is the ID that generated, and this is the time that we have deployed our interface. Okay, if you observe here, endpoint. Under the endpoint, there is some URL is already generated. Okay, if you observe, this is the name that we have provided in the our interface. See, SAP CPI demo 1. That is what, sorry, that is what is appended here. So if you observe, right, the endpoint generation will happen based on our trial account. Okay, so this is the trial account URL until .com. See, from here to .com with the address that you have created here will be appended, okay, as the endpoint. Okay, so now I am copying the endpoint generated. So and I am providing that here. Okay, one will save this one for our future references. So in this interface right now, we haven't done anything. We just created the endpoint. Okay. One minute, I will reload this one. So I have added CPI helper as well. Don't know why it is enabled it here. Yeah. See, this is the trace. So once you add the SAP CPI helper, uh, that can be, we can view that here. So in the interface, so what we have done is we are trying to connect the our CPI system from the external system called Postman using the authentication as basic authentication, auth type as basic authentication. So in the basic authentication, we need to provide the username and password. So that username and password can be done created in BTP actually. So whatever the client ID, client secret that we have created in BTP to connect to the integration suite that we have added here. And in our CPI, we have generated this endpoint. So now what we are going to do is, So with this body, uh, we'll try this one. This is SAP CPI demo class day one, I would say. Okay, I'm running this interface. So I'm just clicking on send here. 1 minute or something. When I try with raw, right, it is giving some error. That is the reason I tried with none. Haven't sent any body to our CPI tenant. So if you observe the moment when I click on send, our interface got triggered. See, and you can see the run flow. So this interface got triggered at 9:55:42 seconds. Okay. So till now, do you have any questions? Because I am proceeding to add some more palette functions here so that you can understand very better. Sir, are you comfortable till now?
Yes, comfort.
Okay.
Ganesh, you have any questions, sir? Good, good.
Okay. Hope all are good. Like I am proceeding here. Okay. So now, so I don't know why in Chrome I cannot handle CPI. That is the reason I'm using it here. So in the SAP training and topics, I have created one simple interface that I am going to refer now so that it will be very clear. I'm just downloading the mappings so that I can use in our interface. So to process some data, right, we require some data. So since we are not connecting to the any other system, so I will use this content modifier as the our data. Okay. See, currently we have this is the input that we are receiving. So if you don't know this data, how to check this data under no worries. In future we are playing with this XMLs and all. Okay, this is an XML. Uh, in that XML we have six, some I guess 8 employees we have. So for basic understanding, like I will open one employee data. So this is one employee data. So under person tag we have this. So person UID is what is his ID, what is person ID external, his address information, phone information, okay, email information, employment information, job information, okay. Um, Like we will be having some more. And compensation information, recurring information. So likewise, we will be having national ID information. So every employee has these many information. Okay. So these are all can be done handled in the success factor system. Let us consider that as updated in the success factor system. So that we need to use and map the data to the target system. Like the target in the target system, they want data like this. They don't want this entire data to be sent into their system. They want only particular fields into their system. For example, so this is how they want. So under the employee list, we required some employee. So for each employee, I want only these many fields that they are saying. They don't want this hundreds of records for each employee. Instead of that, they want only particular like 8 to 9 fields from the entire data. So to do that, we can do this using this message mapping. We'll open the system. So now I'm going to use the message mapping. This is the one of the palette function which we are using regularly. Okay. So to process the data to the message mapping, we require some data, right? So using this content modifier, I am adding. So whatever the data that I have copied, right? This data I am uploading here. I'm copying it and I'm adding here. Okay. So I have connected this to the, I'm deleting this one. This is how we need to connect. Just select that content modifier and drag and drop to message mapping. So now I'm going to create this one. So once you click on that plus mark, right? So now I am following the some naming conventions. Since we are creating this message mapping, right? So for message mapping, I will be following the naming convention as MM and master data map. So this is how I am creating my message mapping. I'm clicking on create. Okay. So once you click on create, right, you will be seeing this two, right? Add source message, add target message. So for the source message, like since you are getting the data in this structure, we need to create the XST in this structure only. So what is XST and all that we will be covering in our upcoming sessions and all. Okay. So since I have already created,
Oh,
Hello.
like you
Hello.
people can hear me, right?
your voice is breaking now. Is we can
I
hear.
lost the power. So
Yeah.
Mahesh, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, I can hear.
Yes.
So I lost power, so I connected through. Okay. You so since I have already created the XST, I will open that XST how it looks like. So this is my source XST. See type as XST. So if I compare this to our XML, right? Our XML has the data. Okay. This XST doesn't have any data, but it will reverse what is data type of that particular field. So if you observe, right, action is the field which is referring to string. The data type of action is string, and the type of created is data. Okay. It is double and long like this. Each XSD has their own data type based on the particular fields. Okay. So this is the XSD user component employee. In the source also we will be have in the data also we will be having the component employee name. So under component employee we have some. See we have person. So if I proceed till here, right? So employment information. So everything has employment information. See, so whatever the structure that we are receiving from the source system, the same structure has to be updated in the XST as well. Otherwise, since I have already created the XST, I'm uploading this one. So, and I will show you in the later sessions like how to create the SSTs and all. So 99% of the cases, the source system will automatically will create the XST. Process factors and all, this XST is automatically created. I haven't do anything here. It is automatically created. So once you get the select query in the system, it will be automatically generated. That has to be, we can use this one. So for now, I'm closing this one and I will the same access here. Upload from file. So downloads I have downloaded. Right? This is my compound employee also. So why I am adding in the source side only? Since I am getting the data in this structure from the source side, see, I should add the same structure in the source side. Okay. But my client required the structure in different form. So they require the data. Sorry. They want data in this structure. Somewhere I create- They want the data in this format. For each employee, they don't want all the fields. They want only particular fields which they read. Okay, to create this structure, XST, this I have created. I will open this XST as well. See, so for each employee list, I have created an employee. For each employee, that I have manually added. If you want any more, some more fields, right, you can copy and paste it here. Will add and say here. Here, I'm clicking on add target message. Okay. Upload from file system. In the downloads, I have that file and I'm adding that file. See, my employee list and employee game. Under employee, we have these many fields. So that this is the new field that we have created, SAP CPI demo. That is also appeared here. Okay. So for now, we will be adding the, we will be creating some structure for the headers. I am creating as it is component employee and employee list. So since I know the source structure, okay, person ID external is the field, is the key. I will connecting this as employee key. This is a drag and, message mapping means drag and drop only. So we are saying that person ID external, this data has moved to the employee key. So whatever the data that is updating here, that is should update to employee key field now. And we'll select another UUID. Person UUID to additional employee key. Okay. And postal code. I will say postal code from my source is zip code. So zip code I'm attaching to the postal code. Just a drag and drop only. So country. So this message mapping structure will be provided by functional team only. How you want this structure that can be provided by functional team only. Okay. For now, I am attaching country of birth to country and mail. Under email information, we have email address and email address attached to email address. Uh, Shift date of birth. The date of birth is the field that I am attaching to date of birth. So, so for the job title, right? Instead of drag and drop, we will create some logic here. Okay. So consider my job title has to be concatenated with job title and the local job title. So these two has to be concatenated. How we can do is, since we already created this job title to one map, again we can drag and drop to same field. See, now local job title also came up. So the requirement is to concatenate both the fields with the separator, and we need to send the data to the job title. So we have some palette functions, message mapping functions here. We can use. No need to write additional logics here. So for concatenation of data, we have concat. See, so what we can do is for string one, local job title can be sent, and for string two, local job title can be sent. So if you want any separator, right? Delimiter, I am adding a slash now for now. If you want anything, you can add that one. And that concatenation record to be sent to the job title. Okay. This is the one of the conversion. And we'll convert one more data as well. This is the so date of birth we have. Okay, date of birth we already used. So I'm deleting this one. So consider from our payload, right? Uh, So date of birth we are getting in this format, year, month, date. Okay. So we don't want in this format, instead of slashes, instead of dashes, right? We require some other delimiter. So client don't want this dashes here. Instead of that, we want slash here. So that is our requirements. So to achieve our requirement, we have our mapping function called date trans. Okay. So we will be using this as date trans. So here, right? For the date trans, what is the date that you are getting in which format? So currently we are getting data in this format, year, month, date with the dashes. So we need to change it to dash here. Year is correct, month is correct, and date. So now we are converting this into slashes. Dash can be moved to the slashes now. Okay. So this field is connected to date, and once it is transformed to our as we required, the data is sent to the date of birth field from the target system. Okay. So we can create some constant as well. I am clicking on this assign constant. Okay. So for SAP CPI demo, uh, what we can send to, do you have any suggestion like to what we can send here? Any constant we can.
Oh, any value you can send here.
Any value we can add
Hmm.
here, either
Okay.
number or some.
Material number, क्योंकि material number M100 something like that.
Sorry,
M100 material number.
material number.
Oh.
This is the name, material number. It won't generate any numbers, but it will like a material number is the constant value will be appeared in the SAP CPI demo. Okay, so these are the fields for now we have created. Okay, so I'm clicking on OK. Okay, and I'm saving this one. So I'm deploying this interface. So since we are using the start message, right, we don't have any control over this interface to run manually here. To run the interface, once we click on deploy, right, so we need to use the timer. Sorry, did anyone
Please
ask?
go, please go ahead.
Okay. So I'm just checking whether like once you click on this white tab, right, so under references, so you will be seeing whatever the things that you have added. So you have added the schemas of source structure and target structure, and you have created the mapping as mm master data map. This is the message mapping, and these are the XSS that you have created that can be viewed here. So additional Groovy scripts or XSLTs, if there is any further mappings that you will create, right? So entire thing you can view here under the reference tab. Okay, so now I'm going to see the deployment status. So yeah, I could see this as deployed. Okay, at 10:14. So now I am in trace. I'm turning on the trains once again. See, I'm deploying this interface once again. I'm triggering the interface. See, you got the response from CPI. So this is the data that we have created.
Therefore, actually, I'm leaving. I mean, I'm traveling. Okay, na?
Okay, okay,
So you
no
can
problem.
continue, and then once you can done, just you let me know. No, the meeting will continue.
Okay, okay, Mahesh.
Okay, na? Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
thank you. Uh, sir, you are there, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can continue.
Okay, only okay. How can we close this? Okay. Uh, you can see, right? Once I click on send, right, our interface, sorry. So it's ran and it sends the, it has sended the data to our postman once again in the structure what we have created. I'm copying this one and pasting into the node. See, so under this data has converted into this format now. And under employee, each employee has some data, right? Okay. So under employee key, we have met, so I will copy this and I will search here whether we have correct data or not. See, it will be 1034452. 1034452. So that is the person ID external that we have mapped here. So this is the field that is updated here. If I click on this mapping, right, we can refer whether the data is correctly mapped down. See, employee key, person ID external is mapped to the target field. Target field is employee key. So if you search with employee key, right, both are same. Okay. So this person ID external is sent to employee key of target structure. Okay. Likewise, this many fields correctly mapped to the target fields. So I hope you are clear till now.
Yeah,
So no worries, sir. Like this is not the entire topic that we are discussing. This is the huge topics. So I just want to make sure like you are very familiar with this SAP CPI tenants and all, like what exactly that we are doing, how we are getting the data, how to connect to the different systems and all, how we are how to do the mapping. So how to turn on the trace and check the data. So if
okay.
you turn on the trace, right? So in the content modifier, if you double click on this one, like you won't cannot able to see the data here since we are not sending any data in the postman. Okay.
Okay.
So after this content modifier, right? Since you added the content mod data into the content modifier, you can see the compound employee data here. See?
Okay.
So this is whatever the data that you have added in the compound employee that can be appeared here.
Yeah.
Okay. So once the mapping has completed in the end, so the mapping results you can see in the end. Okay.
Okay.
See, this is how the data is converted.
So,
Okay. So you can view in the CPA only. So to view this kind of data, we need to turn on the trace. Okay.
yeah.
Uh, so one more topic I need to cover here is, so in the monitoring tab, I have created one PGP key. See, under PGP keys, I have added one PGP key. Okay. So this PGP key will encrypt the data. So consider we are sending the data to the some other system and they want encryption. So currently we are sending the data in this format only. So if there is any threat may happen, like people can like hackers and all, they can able to see this kind of data, right? So anybody can able to understand this data, right?
Yes.
So what is the ID? What is the email address of that employee? Date of birth? Okay.
Yeah.
So to encrypt this data, we will be using the PGP encryption. So it will be convert the data into a unreadable format. So for that, I will be using the encryptor. Under the encryptor, we will be using the PGP encryptor. So which I have created. So I'm adding the username here. Username as user only. Okay.
Okay.
Just checking whether for user only. So I'm deploying the interface once again. So once I deploy it, I'm checking with in the deployment status whether it got deployed. I could see it got deployed. So now I will deploy the interface. I mean, run the interface. See, earlier we got some data like
Yes,
MPQ
yes.
somewhere. Now we are getting this BGP encrypted file. So this
Yeah.
data human cannot be read. Right? So
Yes.
it is for security purpose. So in future, like companies may ask us to encrypt the data and send to them. So once we send the data to encrypted data to them, they can able to decrypt in their system. It is
Okay.
for security purpose only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one more thing, in the monitoring, right? We can see the whatever the interface that we have deployed here from past 1 hour. We can change the date and time and all here. Okay, status is whether interface success or failure. So that and all we can view here. So if you observe here, till now we haven't logged any data here. So now I'm going to add one script here. So this is the common script that we will be using. Okay.
Okay.
In our CPIs. So log payload is the script that we will be using. So previous script I have used, and now I'm uploading the script that I required. So it is nothing but we are logging the payloads. So why this is required? So in real time, right, we will be scheduling our interface to run every 1 hour, right? So consider interface is running at the time when you went to sleep or whenever you are in offline, right? We don't know, we cannot switch on the trace again and again, right? So to log the payloads, we are doing this one. So you will understand like why. So in the earlier runs, you don't know what is the data that has moved here. Okay. So you need to click on trace and view the data, what exactly has done here. But using this log payload, right? So I will deploy this one, like you will understand like why I have added that. Just checking whether it is deployed or not. It's deployed. Okay. I'm clicking on send now. Okay.
Yes.
Basically, it's done. And you can see the interface ran at 1024. Now it is 1024.
Yeah.
When I refresh this one, right? See, you can able to see the attachment tabs now.
Yes.
So earlier you cannot able to see the attachment tab since we don't
Hmm.
have Groovy script here. Now we can able to see the attachment tab. In the
Yes.
attachment tabs, you can view the data which got already ran.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah. So whenever, so this is the Groovy script that we are keep on using in our real time to see what exactly the payload that we have receiving from the source system and what exactly the payload that we are sending to the target system.
Hmm.
We can use this log payload in many of the places. So we just need to change the name of that payload. That's it to refer
Hmm.
what exactly we are doing.
Okay.
This is all about my demo. These are like, so do if you have
Hmm.
any questions like, so you can ask me. So
No, I will put with your demo.
sorry.
Yes, I am. The demo is good.
Okay, okay.
So could you give me please your number?
Sorry,
Your personal number could you give me?
sorry. I cannot hear you clearly. So,
Your personal number could you give me please?
okay. So I will share you.
Otherwise you can say.
Okay. 9515974643.
Right.
This is my contact number.
951597.
4643.
Right. Because my brother also he is a FICO consultant. He
Sorry.
only referred to me join here. But I will discuss with my brother and I will call you.
Okay. So you said something, right? Something
Yes.
impressive.
No, no. My brother also a FICO consultant.
Okay, okay.
He only referred to join here this group. Then I
Okay.
will discuss with my brother and I will call you back.
Okay. Okay, Nisha.
Anyway, the good demo is good. Fine, I will.
Okay. So what I'm suggesting you is like so I know ABAP, I know point-to-point replication, I know the success factors and all. So among
Okay.
this, right, nowadays integration is became first of all, do we have access to stop this session? Like
Oh,
because
yes.
it's already stopped or so this Zoom is very new to me. Don't know where exactly we can stop the. Okay, no problem. Whether it is running also no problem. So so I worked on like almost 1.5 year in ABAP, right? So I feel ABAP is very difficult compared to this CPA. Okay, I almost spent more than 6 months to learn ABAP, whereas for CPA, right, it has taken only so 1 to 2 months only.
Okay.
So
How
once you
many
get
days this course will be going? How
sorry,
many days? How many days the course will become?
maximum 2 months only.
Okay.
So we'll try to cover all the integration scenarios, like most of
Oh,
the cases success factor scenario. Nowadays, people are asked in the interviews and all, they are expecting the candidate should know the success factor integration. So if you
okay.
understand the success factor integration, right? So rest of the integration you can handle easily.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Mhm.
Okay. Or
Yeah.
proper name?
Sorry,
Or proper name?
I am Jafar actually.
Okay. Okay. Just he seems like he hammered no. That's why I asked.
The full name is like some Muhammad Jafar Basha will come.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
People will call me Ahmad, or sometimes some people will call me Jafar, some people will call Basha.
Okay.
Oh.
It's a common thing for our Muslims names. The
हाँ
multiple names.
हाँ हाँ
Fine. Okay. Shall I leave now?
yeah, okay, we can leave.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Nisa. Bye.